Hey, how's it going, everyone? In this video, I'm going to be going over WGU's cybersecurity degree that comes with 16 industry certifications. If you look at their actual program guidebook here, if you go on their website and type in cybersecurity, they have a PDF you can download, or you can just click on their website and click it. You can find this here. On the official program, it says only 11 names, but there's 16 total. So, for quick context, I'm a WGU cybersecurity student. I'm halfway through the program, and I basically just make videos about cybersecurity, WGU, and just IT and cybersecurity in general. So there's 11 certs that have your name on them, and here's the exact term or course in WGU that you get the certification in. And then there's 5 free certs, so that's where the 16 total comes from. So it sometimes and some of these courses trip people up, like the A+, ISC2, and ITIL. So I'll just be going over the certifications in general. So here is the order you get them in. Say if you're a freshman, you do the gen ed classes, and then you do like normal foundation IT classes from WGU itself, and then the first cert class you can do from CompTIA itself is this right here, is IT Foundations. So what WGU does is WGU gives you a bunch of study material that you use to study on your own, and then you request a voucher from WGU, and they give you a voucher, and then you use that voucher to go to a testing exam. So you either go here, since I'm in Budapest, I'll go to like a testing center and I can do the test there, or I can do a test on my computer. But you're not doing it with WGU. You're doing it with you're doing it from CompTIA, like the CompTIA exam company, or like a testing center that does the exams. So it's not like you do a WGU exam and then you have to do a CompTIA exam. If it's a course, like a certification course, you study on your own from the study material that WGU gives you. They'll give you like Dion's practice exams, Cert Masters Learn, Cert Masters Practice, and they have like simulations. So you use all that study material that you study on your own. And then once you're ready, you request a voucher, and you use that voucher to either do the test at home or at a testing center that's separate from WGU. And then that testing center will send you the passing score to WGU, and then WGU passes you. So that's basically how you get the passing course, or pass the course at WGU. And then you also get a separate document that they email you. So like when you apply to jobs or whatever, you can like use the CompTIA document that proves that you have the actual course cert. So, and then these are the certs that you get them in, or the order that you get them in. So there's 7 CompTIA certs, 2 from ISC2, 1 from LPI for Linux, and 1 from ITIL for IT service management. So that's 11. And you see there's a spread. It's not just security certs. It comes with the full IT foundation, hardware, networking, Linux, data, project management. So basically that's on purpose, so that helps you with getting hired and makes you hireable ready. Now the order, these are the exact order you get your certifications in. So WGU is competency based. There's no fixed schedule. There's a standard path and a prerequisite chain. So that's basically how you control getting your certs. Like here, the last cert you can get, no matter what, is Pen Test Plus, and then the first cert you can get is CompTIA Core 1. So it's not like you can do WGU and then you request to do pen tests if that's what you want. You basically have to do the order. Do this in a specific order so that WGU knows that you're ready, and then they allow you to take the cert for that class specifically. So your first cert would be Core 1, And then this would be the WGU class that goes with it. So when you do this class, they give you all the study material, and then you request a voucher, and then you take the voucher for Core 1, and then once you pass that, they send it to WGU, and then you pass the class, and you get the cert. And then the next one would be IT applications, and then once you pass that, you get Core 2, and then the next cert you can do would be networks, and then basically so on and so on. And then the next class we would do would be business of IT applications, and then you get the ITIL4 foundation cert. And then after that, you get the network and security class. And then once you pass this class or pass the exam for Security Plus, you get the class and the certifications. And then it basically just goes down in this order. And then, so basically that's the full road. A plus first, pen test plus last. Which makes sense because penetration testing is the most advanced and literally gated by everything else. And there's no standard pace, it's competency based. So if you got transfer credits, you can pass the normal WGU course, and if you have the cert itself, then you can pass that too. So if you know all this knowledge, you can just do the exam, and then you get the cert. So if you work in IT right now, and you know everything in Core 1, you can just, and then you get the class opened up, you can just take it immediately and then pass and you get the cert. Same thing with like a WGU course in general. Like if you already know math and then you take the math class, you can just test out day 1 and then you pass the class. So that's just something you can keep in mind. The 5 free certs here. So how this works is CompTIA calls them stackable certifications. The idea is when you hold a certain combination of CompTIA certs, they automatically award you with a new credential on top of that for free. So you don't take another exam, you don't pay anything. So the moment you've passed the right combination, it just appears in your CompTIA account. And because WGU gives you A+, Network Plus, Security Plus, Cybersecurity Analyst Plus, you end up with qualifying with 5 extra certifications. So here, for example, when you complete CompTIA A Plus and Networking Plus, you're awarded IT Operations Specialist automatically. And then when you do another combination, A Plus, Networking Plus, and Security Plus, you get Secure Infrastructure Specialist. So that's how you end up with a total of 16 there at the bottom. One tip though, you could always put these on your resume, the underlying certs too. It's not stackable just by name. Like a lot of applicant tracking systems scan for little words like CompTIA Security Plus. And if you only write CSAP, a bot might filter you before a human sees it. So just like there's something you can keep in mind as well. Now here's a few extra things about the program. A plus, the certification isn't one exam, it's 2 separate exams. So Core 1 is IT Foundations, and then Core 2 is IT Applications. So you have to pass both of these to get the CompTIA exam. SSCP and CCSP don't fully certify you yet. They're ISC2 certs, and ISC2 wants more work experience. 1 year for SSCP and several for CCSP. So you pass the course and then you're an associate of ISC2. It still goes in your resume, and then you upgrade to the full cert once you have the experience. ITIL might not always be there. The guidebook lists it as a subject to vendor availability. So it's one cert that can change, but the other 10 certs here are locked in. Most courses prep you for the real exam, and WGU covers the voucher, but just make sure you speak to your mentor to make sure like the study material matches the exam, because like, the WGU gives you all the course. They give you a bunch of course material to study from, but you can ask the mentor to guide you to make sure that the study material you're using is accurate for the exam. I mean, most of these should be, but just like since WGU is not like a part of CompTIA, if that makes sense. Like WGU is giving you all the material to be able to pass the CompTIA exam. And WGU is competency based. It only cares if you can prove the skill. So the only thing that's like holding you back is just knowing the knowledge. So you can literally get all of this, like 16 certifications in 6 months if you know all the material. Like if you're already working in IT and you've been studying this material or doing the work itself, you can just, if you need the certifications and a degree, as soon as you know it, you can take the test and be good. Also, if you want to be strategic about this and you're just trying to get a job as quick as possible, the trio to get into entry level help desk work and this entry level IT work is Rush, completing these 3 certifications: CompTIA A+, Networking Plus, and Security Plus early. Once you get those 3 in your resume as fast as possible, you can start applying before you graduate. And as a bonus, if you complete those 3 certs, that combo alone gives you 2 extra certs: the IT Operations Specialist and Secure Infrastructure Specialist. And then the security specific certs come in order of SSCP, Cybersecurity Analyst Plus, CCSP, and Pen Tests. These are the ones that move you from an IT person to a security person, and they naturally stack into CSAP, CNVP, and CNSP. And then treat Linux Essentials, Data Plus, Project Plus, and IT as like ITIL as like support. They're useful and then you can put them on your resume, but they're not like the thing that hiring managers usually like are screening for at first. But take them, and they add up for your whole resume. So the honest takeaway is the biggest win for this degree is that you can have A+, Network Plus, Security Plus. Those 3 are the most recognized certs in IT, and within a year. So you can do those 3 certs within a year, because the Gen Ed classes, in my opinion, are much easier than the certification classes. Like I've completed WGU's IT management degree in a year and a half, and I wasn't very disciplined with studying. But the CompTIA certs are, even for these 2, I've completed Core 1 and it took me over 3 months. So, I mean, I'm not the best with studying, but compared to a normal Gen Ed WGU class, I can complete a Gen Ed class at WGU in a week. So that's just another thing to keep in mind. But if you're disciplined and you just want to get a job as quick as possible, you can do this degree. And then once you get those 3 certs, you can literally start applying to like help desk jobs. So 11 certs with your name on them, 5 more for free, so 16 total in that order. I'm currently going through all these classes myself, so that's what my channel is basically about. It's just IT, cybersecurity, and in general. I'm currently studying for Core 2. So I should hopefully pass in maybe a few weeks. But I think that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please follow me on YouTube and Instagram. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.